everyone, it's Tiny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you a speed build of what would have been my dream snap. So we have managed to convince my husband to do a dream snap for me, which is very, very exciting. Although also very nerve-wracking. But I thought I'd showcase the kind of build that I would do for my main account if I was given this challenge. Now, if I did this challenge myself, I would absolutely do an indoor build. I just feel like it's the right way to go. It does mean your tags suffer quite a bit, but it's probably what I would have done realistically, to be honest. You could do an outdoor build, I think, if you made it look like an indoor build, but I wouldn't have wanted to go to that effort. I really would have wanted, as I said, to do an indoor build. I'm very excited to see what my husband comes up with for me, because it looks like he's going to do an outdoor build. So that is very, very exciting. I really, with sort of the inspiration for this, the kind of build that I wanted to have, or the bedroom I wanted to have, was definitely very elegant, very princess core, very bedroom. Well, of course it's bedroom core, but basically very elegant and very princessy. I am kind of feeling that a certain set is going to come into the premium shop after this week. A certain set that I would use if this challenge came a bit later. In my eyes. But we'll just have to wait and see what's in the premium shop. But I have a feeling my most wanted items from this update will be turning up next week. But yeah, it was really fun to do this little elegant core kind of setup. Obviously, I wanted to use the bookcases, not just for the sake of having bookcases, because like obviously for me that would be important to have a bunch of books that I could read and stuff like that. But also it's a great way to hide tags. I'm not gonna lie, it is a brilliant way to hide tags. So I definitely do recommend that for anyone who's doing an indoor build. If you are looking to boost your tags, sectioning off an area of the room just to put in some tag count items is a great idea. I did originally want to use that set, the like lounge pillow set, but there just wasn't the room for it in the build that I did, so I knew I had to kind of like give up on that idea, which is a shame because I think they would have worked perfectly as well. I think if I wasn't doing like a tagged dream snap build, if this was just a regular bedroom build, I would have cut down on the amount of bookcases I used, and then there would have been space, or I would have kind of like repositioned them to make a bit more sense. So yeah, this is me trying to get some tagged items in. I did also change some items around because I realized I wanted to get those Encanto tags. That was kind of like important to me, so I did remove some of the initial items that were higher up in the list, just so I could make sure I had some items that had the Encanto tag, because obviously with this being very elegant core, a lot of the Encanto items actually don't fit in with the vibe of the room. If you're going for a bit more of a rustic kind of vibe, then I think it works, but because I wasn't, it was, yeah, I had to hide them to make sure I could get those tags in. Wall items are your friend here in this kind of build, because obviously you can clutter up the wall with a lot of items when you haven't got the floor space. I'm so gutted that the popcorn buckets take up like 4 squares of space. It's just so much room that it takes up. I wish they were kind of like a bit smaller. There is a point where I try and work out whether I could use the Encanto table and place the buckets on them, but the buckets are just too big, so I don't get to use them. I also wanted to change my outfit as well, so you'll see me doing that, because obviously even though the dream snap is a decor based dream snap, I think it's important that whenever you do any kind of dream snap, you not only work on the decor, but you also work on the outfit, because I think the important thing is that it's a photo challenge and you're voting on the photo as a whole. So making sure you've got an outfit that will correspond to the decor that you make is very, very important, at least in my eyes. That was me checking the tags. I think it's important to check the tags on the sort of the build process, just to see how you're coming along. And I did also double check to see if the flooring or the wallpaper counted, which it doesn't. Before, it used to count. Because that was one thing that I did with, I think it was one of my Wally space builds that I did. I actually changed the colour of the wallpaper on each wall so that I could get an extra 3 tags rather than just one. But when I tested it here, it didn't work. It didn't boost my tags at all, so that was a bit of a shame. And then I do also try and work out whether I can hide some items. So I do place a Encanto like dresser and stuff like that in the far corner in a bit. I do hide some little light items and stuff like that, just as a way of getting those tags up again, as I said. Just trying to disguise some elements in the room. And luckily, with how busy the divider is, the princess divider, I think that kind of helps disguise some of the items, which is good. I was just having a look at the tags and having a look at the positioning for the snaps here as well, just trying to work out what kind of viewpoint I would have and what I would do. And then I go back and add in even more tag count items. I'm very, very excited to see the kind of snap that my husband comes up with. I love this challenge. I think we're probably going to have a lot of variety in the kind of rooms. Like, just looking at some of the furniture pieces that come up with the tags, I think we're going to have a lot of different styles of rooms, which I think is going to be fun and creative to see. And especially because technically it doesn't really have to be a bedroom, as my husband did point out to me. It does say make a room. Now, for me, obviously, having watched Encanto, they sleep in their rooms. That room is their bedroom. But obviously they have like vast expanses of sort of additional items to make their rooms feel a bit more homely and stuff like that. Like, obviously, the young lad, is it Antonio, the young boy? He has like a full like jungle in his bedroom, but I mean, that's where he would sleep, that's where he resides. So to create a bedroom setup, to me, kind of seems like the logical thing to do. But I suppose technically, so long as it's a room with some sort of decor theming, then I guess it doesn't really matter. But I am very intrigued to see what he has in mind, because he was asking me, he was like, do you have this like jungle house skin, do you have this? And I'm like, yes, and none of it seems to make sense. Like, I can't see a cohesive theme. He was asking about items from the Mulan collection, you know, and then obviously items from like the jungle house. They just didn't seem to match in my eyes. But I'm intrigued to see what that will be like. But we'll do a live stream of that, which should be very, very fun. Obviously, I try and fill in any little squares, any little holes. Same with the wall items. I try and make sure every kind of square hidden behind that bookcase is covered if I could. You can actually, because the bookcases don't sit on the wall as such, just behind where the bookcases join to the wall, you can actually hide some items too, which is kind of handy. I did throw in like a light and stuff like that, just hidden behind it. But that's a little extra tip for you all there. Obviously, as well, with the sort of hiding of the tags and everything like that, smaller items can sometimes be beneficial, because the more smaller items you have, the better sort of you have space wise to fit in items. But obviously not all the tagged items are very, very small, so sometimes you just got to go with what you've got, kind of thing. And then I had an issue with a glitch where the items didn't save, so I had to redo what I did. But yeah, I think overall it turned out alright. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out as a dream snap. The tags are very, very low for me. It kind of makes me anxious seeing the low tags. Obviously, this isn't going to be my proper dream snap because my husband's going to redo it. But if this was something I was submitting generally, it's definitely something I would have my doubts of in terms of getting a 4K. But I'm kind of hoping that maybe the playing field is fairly level, because I'm assuming a lot of other people will have the same idea to do a bedroom. So hopefully it doesn't have too large of an impact in terms of scoring and things like that. I mean, so long as I get 4K, that's that's what makes me happy. I mean, anything above 1,000 moonstones is good in my eyes. So long as you hit that like 1,000 mark, you've done like really, really good, and it's a very, very impressive achievement and score. But obviously, you know, we're all human. We all just want to do the best. And so 4K is generally what I try to aim for. But I will wrap up my talking here anyway. You'll see me towards the end take a couple of snaps just to attempt to build this challenge and see how it would look like as an actual snap, and you'll see the tags I have and things like that. I do just want to say a huge shout out and a huge thank you to my channel members. Your support means the absolute world to me. Thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channel, anyone who likes and comments and interacts with my content. It really means a lot to me, so thank you all so much for your support, because it really does mean the world. Thank you for your time today. Let me know what you think of this build. Is this the kind of snap that you would vote on in this Dream Snap challenge? Let me know. But thank you all so much for your time. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys!